The rights to this broadcast have been granted by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, representing 778 senior high schools across the state and the more than 500,000 boys and girls who participate annually in New York State Public High School Athletic Association-sponsored athletic competition. Any rebroadcast or republication of this programming without the written consent of the New York State Public High School Athletic Association is strictly prohibited.
Hi, everybody, and welcome once again to Peconic Bay Television's coverage of the New York State Boys Basketball Playoffs. This is Ed Zabrowski, along with Director Videographer Paul Sparrow. We are coming to you from the Glens Falls Civic Center in upstate Warren County, New York. It is March 22nd, 1998, and we are here for the New York State Class B Finals between the Hurricanes of Westhampton Beach, the 25-0 Westhampton Beach Hurricanes, against the Warriors of West Hill High School in Syracuse, the 27-0 West Hill Warriors. So you've gotten my drift already. Two unbeaten teams on the season will meet head-on here for the New York State Class B title. We would like to thank our sponsor for this game, the Westhampton Rotary Club, which also sponsors Wings Over Long Island Air Show at Gabreski Airport on June 6th and 7th this year. Tickets can be purchased from any Rotarian. West Hill starters being introduced. I'll run through their names for you. Number 21, 6-foot senior Brian Gem. Number 22, 6'3", senior Scott Addison. Number 32, 6'6", junior Ryan Vasatag. Number 4, 6'7", senior Scott Ungerer. And number 5, 6'4", senior Chuck Cassidy. The Warriors are coached by Todd Woodrick. Todd there in the shirt and tie. He is in his 12th season coaching at West Hill. And now, the Hurricanes of Westhampton Beach. Many fans in attendance to cheer them on from the East End. Number 12, 5'10", senior Dale Menendez. Team captain, the other team captain, number 23, 6'5", senior Jermaine Holman. Number 32, 6'2", senior Jason Ritchie. Number 33, 6'6", junior Dwayne Sanders. And number 44, 6-foot sophomore Bronson Martin. Hurricanes coached by Rich Race in his 7th year coaching at Westhampton Beach. And this is what it's all about. Westhampton Beach cheerleaders. Very nice banner to mark the occasion. Right now we're going to have our national anthem. very nicely sung rendition of our national anthem. And it's all come down to this. Two quality teams, unbeaten throughout the season. West Hill ranked #1 in the state among Class B schools. Westhampton Beach #2. And now they will meet head on. One team will lose their first game of the season today, while the other will become the New York State Class B champions for 1998. Who will it be? The Westhampton Beach Hurricanes, the West Hill Warriors. Both squads having seasons in which they've dominated the opposition. What will we see today? Will one team be able to impose its will on the other? Or will it be a tightly contested game going right down to the wire? We'll find out in a moment. Glad you could be with us wherever you're watching us. Sanders controls the tip for the Hurricanes. Jason Ritchie, #32. Sanders down low, scores! Wayne Sanders puts the Hurricanes on top 2-0. Inside basket by Ryan Vostoteg, #32 of the Warriors. Menendez out on the perimeter, along with Bronson Martin. Martin pops the three, short of the mark. Menendez with the steal. Martin to Holman, to the basket. 4-2 Hurricanes. The Warriors have a decided height advantage. The Hurricanes hope their quickness can overcome that. Menendez. Rebound controlled by Vostoteg. Hurricanes will try to trap defensively, as they usually do, cause some turnovers, try and wreak havoc with the opponent's offensive patterns. Added in from the outside. Rebound knocked away, out of bounds to the Hurricanes. The battle on the boards is going to be very important for Westhampton Beach. While they're giving up some overall height to the Hurricanes, I should say to the Warriors, they do have Sanders 6'6", Holman 6'5". Menendez even can go inside, as can Ritchie and Martin to get some rebounds. They're going to have to crash the boards a lot today. They want to try and see if they can get some transition baskets, and to do that, you have to get some rebounds. Hurricanes just hoping they can hold their own on the boards, not get dominated in that fashion. Ritchie, partially deflected. Vostoteg with the rebound. Wide open, Cassidy for three, short of the mark. Menendez, outlet to Holman, collision and a foul on the Warriors. Brian Gem, #21, cutting across. He and Holman collided, and Gem will pick up the personal. Two Hurricanes in the early going. Turnover by Westhampton Beach. Hurricanes love to double team whenever they can. Nice move down the middle. Scott Ungerer, 6'7" senior. Scoring for the Warriors to tie it at 4. Now a turnover. Ungerer to the basket, losing it out of bounds to the Hurricanes. Some full court pressure. Not strong full court pressure by the Warriors. Ritchie in the front court. Pops the jumper, and he hits. Jason Ritchie, 6'4" Hurricanes. Menendez fighting with a Warrior player. That's Ungerer for that loose ball. It goes out of bounds. Menendez will pick up a personal foul on the play as he came over the back of Ungerer going for that ball. His first, the team's first. 6-4 Hurricanes, 4:40 left in the opening quarter. Cassidy from downtown. High rebound. Ritchie with good position is able to draw the foul. That's going to be a prime task for the Hurricanes while they are giving up some height. If they can get good position, they can force the Warriors to foul. Menendez finds an open alley and scores! Dale Menendez. 8-4 Hurricanes. Ungerer for three. Short of the mark. Holman with the rebound. Holman back out to Ritchie. Warriors in a man-to-man. Gem out guarding Menendez. That'll be a matchup to watch all day, and Menendez called for traveling. Unforced error by the Hurricanes. Many fans here supporting the West Hill team. They are the defending state Class B champions and have most every player back from last year, so certainly the experience factor is slightly in their favor. Sanders with the big block. Martin from downtown. Rebound to Gem. Cassidy down low, missing. Rebound tip to Sanders. Outlet to Menendez. Menendez through traffic. And he gets the roll. Dale Menendez. And West Hill calls for a timeout. 10-4 Hurricanes. And they've got their supporters from the East End enjoying it. Loud vocal crowd here at the Glen Falls Civic Center. I don't know if that sign is for me or for Paul. We'll have to do some further investigation into that. So the Hurricanes have come out and let West Hill know that this will not be an easy game for the Warriors. Thus far in the game, West Hill shooting 2 of 8, 25%. Westhampton Beach 5 of 9, 56%. Each side with 4 turnovers. Gem from the outside hits. Ryan Gem, 3-point basket makes it 10-7 Westhampton Beach. In the game for the Warriors, number 30, 6'2" senior Mike Wojcinski. Menendez, nice spin move, frees himself, and he is fouled on the shot. Menendez averaging 14 points on the season. Holman, the leading scorer on the Hurricanes, averaging 18 points. Bronson Martin averaging 16. They're the 3 double-figure scorers for the Hurricanes. Those 3 also were all-conference, all-league selections this year. Jason Ritchie, an all-league selection, and I'm sure several of those players will be on the all-county squads when they're announced. Menendez unable to convert at the line, 0 for 2, and now the ball lost in the backcourt. A violation against West Hill as the ball bounced off of Gem's foot as he tried to look up court while dribbling, so the Hurricanes will take over. 2:23 left in the opening quarter. 10-7 Westhampton Beach. Sanders working down low, and he's fouled. Foul will be against Ryan Vosatag. Sanders will be at the line for 2 shots. Free throws, very important in these games. The West Hill Warriors are led by Ungerer with a 21-point scoring average. Cassidy averages 18 points a game. Vosatag 13. Adedin 9 and Gem 8 amongst their starters. Hurricanes able to convert the free throw after Menendez missed 2 on a prior trip. Sanders makes 1 of 2. 11-7 Hurricanes. Some quick passing by the Warriors trying to free up a shooter. Hurricanes get the turnover. Number 30, Jeremy Ligon. 5'11" sophomore in the game for the Hurricanes, getting fouled on that play. 15th foul against West Hill. Holman from the outside, short on the jumper. Cassidy runs down the rebound. Gem in transition. Gives to Wojcinski. Cannot score from underneath. Ungerer with the rebound. Cannot convert. Cassidy comes away with it. Stolen away by Menendez. Ahead of the field. And he scores. 13-7 Westhampton Beach. Hurricane supporters cheering for defense. Nice pass work inside. Vosatag misses the initial shot, but is able to tip back the rebound. 13-9 Westhampton Beach. 45 seconds in the quarter. Ritchie down low to Sanders. Dwayne Sanders. 15-9 Hurricanes. Foul on the outside by Holman. "32 seconds left in the quarter, so the Warriors can hold for one should they desire. Ungerer, 6'7" senior. Not often you see 6'7" players handling the ball on the outside. West Hill looking for one last good shot. Hurricanes are going to try to prevent that. Long-range three-pointer off the mark. Holman with the rebound. And that will do it. We have come to the end of the first quarter of play here from the Glen Falls Civic Center in the New York State Class B Finals with the score Westhampton Beach 15, West Hill 9. Westhampton Beach cheerleaders out on the court. There you see that gentleman sitting there is Rich Ray Sr., who has been on the bench for all of his son's games and certainly would not miss this. After one quarter, Westhampton Beach with a 15-9 lead over West Hill. We'd like to thank the Westhampton Rotary Club, as they have sponsored several games for us during the playoffs, for sponsoring this playoff game. They also will be sponsoring Wings Over Long Island, the air show at Kabreski Airport on June 6th and 7th this year. Tickets can be purchased from any Rotarian. Foul inside against Holman. In that first quarter, the Hurricanes were 7 for 12 from the field. They got some very high-quality shots, several layups in there. They shot 58%, while West Hill was 4 of 14, 29%. Each side had 8 rebounds. West Hill with 6 turnovers. Westhampton Beach with 4 turnovers. I'd like to thank Doug and Bill, who do the stats here for all the games at the Civic Center, for helping supply us with some of the stats that we pass on to you at home. Tag. 1 of 2 from the line, but West Hill recovers and throws it right into the hands of Martin. Now Ligon with the ball. He loses. Ungerer with the ball. 15-10 Hurricanes. Nice pass inside to Tag, who scores. 15-12 Hurricanes. Some backcourt pressure by the Warriors. Ligon pops the jumper and hits. Jeremy Ligon. 17-12 Westhampton Beach. Loose ball, still loose, taken by the Hurricanes. Menendez to Ligon. Martin from outside, way off the mark. Tag with the rebound. Hurricanes would love for Bronson Martin to get hot from the outside. In the game for the Hurricanes, number 55, 6'3" senior Mike Ford. Bad pass by West Hill. Menendez all the way in, is fouled, and an offensive foul is called against Menendez as he went up for that basket. Very tough call on Menendez. It appeared the West Hill player a bit late getting back and into position, but the officials saw it as an offensive foul, so Menendez will pick up the personal. Score remains 17-12 Hurricanes. Wojcicki loses the ball, but Holman's outlet pass is a bad one, taken by Ungerer. Ungerer launches one short of the mark. Rebound is batted away by Holman. Make that Sanders. And the ball goes over to the Hurricanes. Sanders inside with the big block. Ligon will bring the ball up. Menendez on the bench currently after picking up, I believe, his second personal foul. Hurricanes take a timeout. 5:49 left in the first half. Westhampton Beach with a 17-12 lead. Cheerleaders from West Hill on the court. They are located in the Syracuse area. Both these squads had dominating performances in their semifinal games. Westhampton Beach knocked off the Penn Yan Mustangs 70-34. Led by Bronson Martin's 20 points. Menendez had 15 points and Holman 11 points. Holman also with 9 rebounds and Jason Ritchie with 8 rebounds for the Hurricanes. West Hill in their semifinal game just blew away Corning West, the Corning Painted Post West Vikings, 81-34. They only played their starters the first half. They were up 51-16 at halftime, if you can believe that score, and just played their reserves the rest of the way. I asked the coach about that. It was a twofold thing. One, they didn't want to run the score up any more than need be, and He wanted to save his starters. Energy for today. Jason Ritchie connects from the outside, a 2-point basket. 19-12 Westhampton Beach. Turnover, Ligon comes away with it. Up ahead to Sanders. Sanders gives to Ritchie, who will bring it back out. Ligon wide open. Rebound to the Warriors. Double team by the Hurricanes. Ungerer gets it inside to Vosatag, who misses 2 attempts. Holman make that. Sanders comes away with the loose ball. And Martin has the pass go off of his shoulder, out of bounds. Turnovers are certainly going to be very important. Every time you turn the ball over, you lose a chance to shoot. And it may not be the team that shoots the best, but the team that gets the most attempts as to who will win this game. Ungerer loses a handle on it into the hands of Martin. In West Hill semifinal victory, Cassidy had 17 points, Ungerer 16, and Adderton had 15. And that was just in the first half, mind you, as they did not play their starters in the second half. Ritchie to the basket. Rebound fought for. Ungerer comes away with it. Three-pointer by Adderton. Off the mark. Ford with the rebound. Will give it back to Ligon. And now Ritchie will start the offense. This will be an important part of the game for the Hurricanes with Menendez off the floor to see how well they can run the offense without the player who usually handles those responsibilities. Ford working inside. Scores! Mike Ford, nice post-up move down low. 21-12 Hurricanes. Ungerer in traffic. Shot is partially blocked by Sanders. Ball loose on the floor. It will belong to the Hurricanes, and a foul call on West Hill. Sanders got a piece of that shot by Ungerer. Ungerer 6'7", Sanders 6'6". Sanders got one of those long arms up, got a piece of it, had the ball stripped away on the rebound, and in the scuffle for the loose ball, West Hill was called for a foul. Their 6th team foul. Westhampton Beach with 14 fouls. Menendez back in for the Hurricanes, replacing Ligon. Ritchie on the outside. Bronson Martin looking for some maneuvering room. Turnaround jumper. Ford fighting for that rebound. Comes away with it. Kicks it back out. Ritchie for 3. Rims the basket. Vosatag comes away with it for the Warriors. Up ahead to Adderton, who misses. Count the basket. Goaltending called on the Hurricanes. No foul in the play. Goaltending on the Hurricanes. Rich Race not believing that particular call, but it shall stand. 21-14, Westhampton Beach. Full court pressure now being shown by the Warriors. They quickly back off. .220 left in the first half. Holman in trouble, gets the ball to Ritchie, who kicks it back out to Menendez. Nice play there by Holman and Ritchie to save that possession. Menendez pops the jumper, way off the mark. Vosatag with the rebound. Ungerer, Cassidy, number 5. Ungerer works along the baseline, scores, and draws the foul. Scott Ungerer will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Hurricanes had a 21-12 lead, 9 points now down to a 5-point lead, 21-16, and Ungerer at the line with a chance to cut the lead to 4. Rims the basket, rebound taken by Sanders. Score remains 21-16 Hurricanes. Menendez. Ritchie finds some room on the baseline, and he is fouled as players fall to the court. Everyone appears to be all right. 17th foul against the Warriors, so Ritchie will go to the line for a 1-and-1. As we mentioned already in this game, free throws are going to be a big part of who wins this game. Ritchie gets the first one to bounce around the rim and drop through. Second is short, rebound fought for, taken by Cassidy. 22-16, Westhampton Beach. Ungerer nearly losing the ball. Nice pass inside to Edidin, who gets fouled prior to the shot. That is the 16th foul on the Hurricanes. No free throws. Foul against Jason Ritchie. Off the inbounds, Ungerer in trouble, kicks it out to Gem, who gives to Vasatag. Vasatag, high arcing shot off the mark. Holman up for the rebound. Ritchie from downtown, off the mark. Holman with the rebound. Basket and the foul. Jermaine Holman. Will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Holman offensive rebounding. That missed shot by Martin, spinning and scoring, and he completes the three-point play. 25-16. Hurricanes matching their biggest lead of the game, 9 points. 50 seconds left in the half. Menendez has to be careful. He does not pick up a third foul here in the first half. Cassidy from downtown, high rebound. Ritchie up for it. Through traffic. Ritchie's pass is knocked out of bounds by the Warriors. Jeremy Ligon comes in for the Hurricanes, replacing Menendez to protect him from any further foul difficulty in this half. Sanders on the outside. Hurricanes are going to run some clock, try and get a good shot. Warriors will get the ball back with some time left, about 7 or 8 seconds, depending on when the Hurricanes get a shot up. And a steal by Gem, restolen by Ritchie. Offensive foul called on Jason Ritchie along the near sideline as he collided with Chuck Cassidy of West Hill. So with 15 seconds left in the first half, the Warriors will get the ball. Cassidy gives to Ungerer. Foul on the outside prior to the shot. It will be the 17th foul on the Hurricanes, so Ungerer will go to the line for a 1-and-1. So the Hurricanes missing on an opportunity at their end to get a shot with the offensive foul call, and now the Warriors will get a chance to cut into that 9-point lead as we come to the close of the first half. Ungerer knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1. 8 seconds to go in the first half. Ungerer knocks both down, 25-18, Westhampton Beach. Hurricane fans might figure Bronson Martin might be the guy to get his last shot. Ligon launches one off the mark. Still 3 seconds left. That shot coming perhaps a bit sooner than the Hurricanes would have liked. Ungerer gets to midcourt. It'll count if it goes just off the mark. And that will bring us to the end of the first half. We'd like to thank the Westhampton Rotary Club for their sponsorship of this game. Hurricane fans are happy here at halftime of the New York State Class B Finals with the score, Westhampton Beach 25, West Hill 18. Second half of play about to begin here from the Glen Civic Center in upstate New York, which has hosted the New York State boys basketball tournament since 1981. In fact, they just renewed their contract. Every 3 years the contract goes out to bid, and Glens Falls will have this tournament through the year 2001. They've done a very fine job with it. Of course, the one detriment for those of us down on eastern Long Island and lower New York, it's a long trip to come up here, so it's oftentimes hard to get as many fans up here as teams that get here from nearby areas. Rochester hosted this tournament when it was restarted in 78. It hadn't been played in some time prior to that. In 78 they started again, played the first 3 years in Rochester, even a longer drive for those of us from downstate. So switching here to the Glens Falls Civic Center in 81, and now in its 18th season, and now to be here through at least the year 2001. And as I mentioned, they do a very fine job in handling this tournament. Very nice atmosphere. They call this area Hometown USA. Of course, for this weekend, they call it Basketball Town USA. We've already seen Bridgehampton win their third straight Class D title. So for the Killer Bees, you might say it's Title Town USA. Can the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes make it their title town as well? The next 16 minutes of play will determine that. They're halfway there. Halftime score here in this New York State Class B final. Westhampton Beach 25, West Hill 18. We'd like to thank the Westhampton Rotary Club for their sponsorship of this game. They'll also be sponsoring Wings Over Long Island, the air show at Gabreski Airport, June 6th and 7th this year. Tickets can be purchased from any Rotarian. Second half underway. Menendez with the ball in the front court. I'll throw some first half stats your way as the opportunity allows it. Jason Ritchie knocks down a two-point basket to open the second half scoring for the Hurricanes. 27-18. Hurricanes again matching their largest lead of the game, 9 points. Gem inside is fouled by Sanders. Gem faking Sanders into the air and drawing the contact. In that first half, Westhampton shot 11 of 24, just under 46%. West Hill 7 of 26, just at 27%. Hurricanes 0 of 8 from three-point range. West Hill not much better, 1 of 10. So both teams shooting poorly from the outside. Hurricanes 3 of 7 from the line, West Hill 3 of 5. West Hill out-rebounded the Hurricanes 19-16. West Hill turned the ball over 12 times, Westhampton Beach 9. Hurricanes had 6 steals, West Hill with 2 in that first half. Scoring leaders for the Hurricanes, Menendez had 6 points, Holman, Ritchie, and Sanders with 5 points apiece. For West Hill, Vossatag had 7 points, Ungerer added 6. Vossatag with 9 rebounds to lead his team. Holman with 4 for the Hurricanes. Menendez and Sanders with 3 apiece. Bronson Martin gets the jumper up and in. As we mentioned in the first half, if Martin can start to heat up from the outside, that's going to be a big, big plus for the Hurricanes. Ungerer working inside. Holman with the rebound. 29-19, a double-digit lead of 10 points for the Hurricanes early here in the third quarter. Holman guarded by Ungerer. Holman works his way inside, misses the shot, some contact. No foul called either way. Warriors back the other way. Added in, three-pointer is good. Scott Addeden. We saw him knock down several three-pointers in the Warriors semifinal win. He's not the kind of shooter you want to leave open. Ungerer fouling Holman as they scrambled for that ball. That's the third personal on Ungerer. First team foul the second half on West Hill. Ritchie to inbound. Holman back to Ritchie, and Ritchie fouled. Ritchie got that return pass from Holman, went between a pair of West Hill defenders, one of whom reached in and fouled Ritchie. Second team foul against the Warriors. Menendez now to inbound. Out to Martin. Holman looking for some room to maneuver, and he'll be called for traveling. Well, both these squads pride themselves on their defensive play, though both during the season have scored a lot of points as well. That not the case today. The defense has ruled. Vasatag inside the basket and the foul. Jason Ritchie will pick up the personal. Good positioning by Vasatag down low. He received the pass and got the ball up and in. Free throw is missed. Sanders up for the rebound. 29-24. 5 straight points by the Warriors. They've cut that Hurricane lead in half. Ritchie, a good play to save that. Hurricane setting up the offense. Holman gets it down low and scores. Jermaine Holman. 31-24 Hurricanes. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Addeden. Into the game for Westhampton Beach, number 55, Mike Ford, number 30, Jeremy Ligon. Full court pressure by the Warriors. Ligon drilling his way out of trouble. Ritchie working on the outside. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Holman takes it to the basket, missing. Ball tipped out to Ligon. And apparently the shot clock did not reset as Holman's shot apparently hit the rim, but the shot clock was not reset, so the remaining time ran off. And now the officials will discuss this. It appeared from our vantage point that Holman's shot hit the rim and then was batted back out. But apparently that call will stand. Rich Race cannot understand that call. That ball from our vantage point appeared to hit the rim, and if it did, the shot clock needs to be reset. Apparently the officials either did not see it or are not certain. They will not change their call. Of course, they may not believe it hit the rim either. I only had one look at it, but it looked like it hit the rim. In any event, the Hurricanes lose possession, and now Holman steals at the other end. Some poetic justice, Hurricane fans might think. Menendez from downtown, and he hits! Still Menendez! Nails one from three-point land. West Hill will call for a timeout. 3:54 left. In the third quarter, that young lady still looking for someone to marry her, apparently. Hurricanes have got it back up to 10 points, 34-24. Hurricane cheerleaders doing some entertaining here on the sideline. Actually, they're courtside. I would be in a hospital bed if I tried to do that. And then you see in the background some Hurricane fans enjoying the proceedings so far. Hurricane pep band here, providing musical accompaniment. And they hope it's a happy tune they'll be playing by the end of this game. Long way to go yet. Hurricanes up by 10. They had a 10-point lead. The Warriors cut it to 5. And the Hurricanes have responded with Menendez's three-pointer, regaining them their 10-point lead, 34-24. Cassidy, number 5 for West Hill. Gem, I should say, number 21. Added in underneath, shot blocked away by the Hurricanes. Menendez in transition, all the way for the score. Dale Menendez. Good hands by Menendez as he knocks that ball away. And Martin is fouled as a pair of West Hill players converged on him. And that's something you don't see too often. Oft times you see a held ball called in that situation. But in that instance, Martin clearly had possession. The West Hill players converged, and they pick up a team foul. That's their third team foul. Hurricanes with 2. 36-24, a 12-point Westhampton Beach lead. Martin launches one off the mark. Rebound, outlet for West Hill. Cassidy in the front court. Wojcinski, number 30, guarded by Menendez, double teamed by Ligon. And now a steal, Holman. Up ahead to Menendez. Foul on West Hill as Menendez went to the basket. So that will send Dale Menendez to the foul line for 2 shots. He went 0 for 2 from the line on his only trip there in the first half. Four seniors on this Westhampton Beach team: Menendez, Holman, Ritchie, and Ford, all playing their final games, very possibly, for the Hurricanes. This time, Menendez goes 2 for 2, upping the Hurricane advantage to 14 points, 38-24. And a pass by West Hill goes awry. Hurricanes will get the ball. West Hill taking a 20-second timeout. 2:40 left. You see Scott Woodrick in the middle of that West Hill huddle, employing his players to follow that game plan, execute, not turn the ball over, give away chances. Every possession very important to both sides. It will be Westhampton Beach basketball. West Hill coming at them with some full court pressure. See if they can turn the Hurricanes over. Menendez brings the ball into the front court. Martin, pass deflected by Vasatag. Nice play as he recovers for the Warriors. West Hill with a lot of height, long arm reaches, very difficult to pass on them inside. Gem missing from in close. Ungerer with the rebound basket. Scott Ungerer makes it 38-26. Hurricanes. Near steal by Westhill, and now a foul on Mike Wojcinski as he crashes into Jeremy Ligon. That was a dangerous pass by the Hurricanes. A soft cross-court pass, which nearly got picked off, but fortunately for the Hurricanes, resulted in a foul on Westhill. Now that pass deflected out of bounds by the Warriors. 2 minutes exactly left in the third quarter. Ligon left open. Ball around the rim, rolls away. Sanders gets his long arms on the outlet. Menendez inside is fouled. Vasatag had that rebound. His outlet pass was deflected by Sanders into the hands of Menendez. Menendez went up for the shot and drew the foul on Vasatag. Menendez back at the line. Around the rim, and it rolls out. Vasatag will go out with, I believe, his third foul, replaced by Scott Addison. Menendez, 1 of 2 from the line, 39-26 Hurricanes. Pass deflected away. Ritchie tried to save it, could not. Quickness is the thing that the Hurricanes have depended on all season and are depending on in this game. And they've been able to force turnovers by Westhill. And they forced one there as Ungerer tried a no-look pass to a teammate, and it sailed out of bounds. That's what happens when you can apply enough defensive pressure. Players start to try doing things they're not accustomed to, try to make that extra hard pass, try to make that special play, and more times than not, they fail. And now Menendez's pass stolen by Ungerer at the other end as the Hurricanes turn it over. Ungerer to the basket, way off the mark. Rebound to Addison, and he brings it out. Ungerer again tries to throw a quick pass inside to a teammate. It goes out of bounds. Brian Gem cutting to the basket. Could not receive that pass. Full court pressure by the Warriors. Holman breaks it to Menendez. Ligon on the outside. Nice play by Menendez to save that. Ritchie launches a long three-pointer. High rebound, battled around. Ungerer comes away with it. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Hurricane supporters again chanting for defense. Ungerer, nice ball fake to the basket, cannot convert. Loose ball and a foul on Westhill. Sanders, it appeared, came away with that loose ball. Ungerer made a nice ball fake, drove into the lane. Good defensive positioning by the Hurricanes prevented him from getting a good shot off. And on the ensuing scramble, a foul on Westhill. That is their 17th foul, so it'll be a 1-and-1 shooting situation for Dwayne Sanders. 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Sanders, 6'6" junior, has really come into his own since last year. I mentioned this on some previous telecasts. In last year's County Class B Finals against Amityville, though the Hurricanes suffered a heartbreaking loss, Sanders really showed that he was a player to be reckoned with and has had a fine season in his junior year at Westhampton Beach. He, along with Holman and Ford, providing a lot of interior defense, shot blocking, and rebounding for the Hurricanes. One of 2 for Sanders. 40-26, a 14-point Hurricane lead. Hurricanes swarming to the ball. Ungerer gets it inside, challenging Sanders. Sanders went up with a block, thought he had it cleanly, but the officials see a foul, and Sanders will pick up the personal. Third personal on Sanders. 13th foul. Ungerer in the act of shooting will get 2 shots. Mike Ford will check into the Hurricane lineup, replacing Sanders, who gets a nice hand. 21 seconds left here in the third quarter. We have a holdup here, as I believe Scott Ungerer, who was doing the foul shooting. Let me correct myself. I think one of the other players on West Hill had a cut, something that was drawing blood, so he had to go to the sideline and be replaced. So there was a momentary official timeout. Ungerer walked over, got a drink of water, in fact, while he was waiting to take a second shot. Smart thing to do rather than just stay at the line and freeze yourself. Went back, went away, came back, got himself reset, and nailed the second free throw as well. 40-28 Hurricanes. 15 seconds in the quarter. Ligon against the double team. Ball is loose, comes to West Hill. Offensive foul called as Ligon, after losing that ball, had the presence of mind to get back, establish good defensive position, and draw the offensive foul. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Let's see if the Hurricanes can get off a decent shot here with the remaining time. Martin looking for someone to pass to, gives to Holman, who gives to Menendez. Menendez to center court, cannot get the shot off before the buzzer sounds. So we have come to the end of 3 quarters in this New York State Class B final. The score, Westhampton Beach 40, West Hill 28. Some of the many fans here taking in the action. I would say at least a couple of thousand fans here for this game. This arena seats 5,500. Serves as a minor league hockey rink when it's not used for basketball. The Adirondack Red Wings, the top minor league farm club of the Detroit Red Wings, play their home games here. We'd like to thank once again the Westhampton Rotary Club for their sponsorship of this game. And they'll also be sponsoring the Wings Over Long Island Air Show at Kabreski Airport in Westhampton, June 6th and 7th. This year, tickets can be obtained from any Rotarian. So here we are, 8 minutes left to see who will be the New York State Class B champion. The Westhampton Beach Hurricanes closing in on their first New York State Class B title. 8 minutes, though, can seem like a long time, particularly when you've been waiting a long time to win something. Through 3 quarters, Westhampton Beach shooting at 47%, 16-34. West Hill shooting just 29%, 10 of 34. Attesting to the strength of the Hurricanes defense. Vossatag missing, rebound batted around, saved by Cassidy. Ritchie comes away with it. In that third quarter, West Hill had 9 turnovers. They have 21 that they've committed for the game. Westhampton Beach with 14 turnovers on the game. Bronson Martin operating on the outside. Ritchie running shot partially deflected by West Hill. Holman scrambling for that loose ball. Held ball is called. Alternating possession arrow will favor West Hill. Interesting in this the Final Four for Class B, you got 3 teams with West in their name. In the semifinals, West Hill beat Corning Painted Post West High School, and of course Westhampton Beach. The Corning Painted Post West School having uniforms very similar to Westhampton Beach. Sanders with the move in the lane and the short bank shot. The Corning painted post team of green uniforms with West across it, just like the Hurricanes, except instead of Westhampton, they only had West. Interesting coincidence, needless to say. 42-28, Hurricanes have it back up to a 14-point lead, and off the turnover, they have the ball. Menendez closely guarded by Gem. Ritchie guarded by Cassidy. Warriors staying in their man-to-man. Holman maneuvers to the basket and scores. Jermaine Holman with that patented spin move. Wide open underneath Adedin for the basket. 44-30, one of the few times today that the Warriors have gotten such an open look at the basket. Menendez has his pass deflected, and it's turned over. Cassidy from downtown. Off the mark. Vosatag tries to tip it back in. And now Cassidy on a third try gets the ball in. Good persistence by West Hill. Hurricanes get the ball into the front court. And they take a timeout. 5:39 left. I'm sure Coach Race not pleased the last couple of plays. The turnover by Menendez, and then even on the inbounds, though the Hurricanes got the ball up court, did not like to see the over-the-head pass that Jason Ritchie attempted, which nearly resulted in a turnover. Many, many Westhampton Beach fans here, many East End basketball fans here, driving the 300 or so miles up from Eastern Long Island to Glens Falls. Many stayed the weekend as the Ridgehampton Killer Bees played Friday afternoon and then won their third straight and 8th overall New York State Class D title Saturday night the 21st. In fact, they see some of the Killer Bee players and cheerleaders who stayed around. They could have went home earlier had they chose to, but they opted to stay here and cheer on their East End Westhampton Beach Hurricanes. Menendez, nice look down low to Holman. Menendez went up as if he was going to shoot. Holman just cut to the basket. Excellent play by the Hurricanes. Rebound stripped away and a foul call. 46-32. Hurricanes again matching their largest lead of the game at 14 points. Gem in traffic, and he's fouled as he attempted to dribble through a Hurricane double team. Fifth foul on the Hurricanes. Nice look inside to Cassidy. Jason Ritchie with the big block. Outlet pass stolen by Gem. Three-pointer by Ungerer, way off the mark. Hurricanes in transition. Ford up ahead, missing. Ungerer comes away with it. Both sides misfiring their last couple of trips down court. Gem nearly got caught in the air. Got the ball to a teammate. That was Vosatag, in fact. Three-pointer by Mike Chowanek off the mark. Ritchie in transition scores. A 16-point Hurricane lead, 48-32, and now it's just all about continuing to play Hurricane defense. Ungerer with the rebound. Three-pointer. West Hill missing from the outside, missing from the inside. Menendez along with Holman. And Menendez fouled. .353 left. You can see in the background players along the Hurricane bench and coaches watching the action anxiously. Timeout taken by Westhill, which gives the Hurricane supporters another opportunity to vocalize their support. Hurricane cheerleaders out on the court. Let us give you their names. They include Tina Cowan, Sarah Stevens, Penny Muller, Heidi Kessler, Daphne Sapien, Beth Asau, Jennifer Zeltman, Jackie Buccarelli, Kelly Hayes, Katie Barabecchia, Sissy Barabecchia, Kristen Bush, Courtney Goldman, Katie Lasinski, and Jake Caliban. They are coached by Joan Hudson, and assistant coach is Tony Scudolero. And it's certainly quite an experience for players, coaches, cheerleaders, band members, fans alike to come up here to Glens Falls and be involved in this New York State boys basketball tournament. Of course, winning it is the sweetest thing, and the Hurricanes are closing in on their first New York State Class B title. Menendez goes 2 for 2. 50-32, an 18-point Westhampton Beach lead. And Holman with the steal. With Menendez. Pass deflected out of bounds. Hurricanes will retain possession. Holman works his way inside. Westhill back the other way. Martin gets a hand on that pass, deflects it out of bounds. Three-pointer by Cassidy is good. Chuck Cassidy nails the three-pointer. Westhill calls for an immediate timeout. 3:27 to go. 50-35 Westhampton Beach. Westhill cheerleaders back out on the court. It's been quite a season for the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes. Prior to this season, they had won 5 straight League 6 titles with some unbeaten seasons in there. They were moved up to League 4 this year, where some thought they might have a harder time of it. But no, in fact, the Hurricanes were undefeated, 12-0, and all through the season, beating opponents routinely by 20 points, save for a couple of early season games against Bridgehampton and Babylon. They were the top seed in Class B coming into the County Class B playoffs. 4 to the basket, cannot convert. They knocked off East Hampton in the semifinals, the Harborfield Tornadoes in the County Class B championship game. Ungerer launches one from way outside. Holman skying for that rebound. Menendez. Hurricanes don't have to look for shots immediately. They can just run some clock. Martin decides to launch one. Rebound fought for between Ritchie and Ungerer. Hell ball will be called. Alternating possession arrow will favor Westhill. Hurricanes knocked off Bridgehampton for the Suffolk County Small Schools Championship, and then North Babylon Class A school, team they had beat 3 times as they were in the same league during the season, for the overall county title. Then they beat the Southside Cyclones in the Long Island Championship game to earn their trip up to Glens Falls. Southside was the overall Nassau County champ as well, as the Hurricanes were the overall Suffolk County champ. So ostensibly, Hurricanes earning the title of the best team on Long Island. And with the win in the semifinals, the best team in the downstate area, we could say, West Hill, ranking as the top team in upstate. They were ranked #1 in the polls that are held throughout the season. Teams are ranked. A lot of that, of course, is based on what one person tells another. You don't actually get to see the teams, but in this case, it worked out very well. West Hill was ranked #1, Westhampton Beach #2. So you had #1 and 2 meeting here. Of course, the Hurricanes might beg to differ with the ranking now, as I think we will see the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes be ranked #1 in New York State with this victory today. 2:27 left. Hurricanes maintaining a 15-point advantage, 50-27. Dwayne Sanders will be at the line for 2 shots. As we mentioned, 4 seniors on this Hurricane squad: Holman, Menendez, Ritchie, and Ford. Sanders, a junior, he'll be back next year. Bronson Martin, Jeremy Ligon are sophomores, they'll be back. Menendez to the basket. He draws the foul. And now these last couple of minutes could be one long celebration for Westhampton Beach Hurricane supporters. I expect we're going to see some of the reserves coming in on both sides shortly. One of 2 for Menendez, 53-35, an 18-point Westhampton Beach lead. West Hill will have to launch some 3-pointers. Menendez will walk the ball up to midcourt. It's been quite a past few seasons for the Hurricanes. Many of these players having played with each other since prior to their high school days. A lot of close friendships. A lot of hard work going into this season. You can't overlook the fact of the effort that these players have put forth. They make it seem easy at times with the way they can dominate an opponent, but it doesn't come easy. Many hours and hours in the gym with players and coaches putting in the time. Just handed a stat between Ungerer and Cassidy of West Hill from 3-point range. They've shot just 1 of 14. Make that 1 of 15 now as Ungerer misses from the outside. Final minutes counting down, 1:10 left in the game. Holman is tripped up on the far side of the court. Jubilation is the order of business on the Hurricane sideline as they are waiting to erupt when the final buzzer sounds. By virtue of winning this state Class B title today, Westhampton Beach next weekend, also back here at Glens Falls, will get to play in the Federation Tournament. which brings in independent league schools, public school teams from the city, Catholic league schools, and the like. They'll be playing a team from Manhasset, St. Mary's. I'm sure a team familiar to many of you on the island. So the Hurricanes' work is not done yet for the season. It's just about done, however, for today. Under a minute left. 54-35. Westhampton Beach. Hurricane supporters in full voice cheering their way through this last minute of play. Menendez knocks down the jumper. Dale Menendez. Superb game for him today, among many for Westhampton Beach. Foul inside against the Hurricanes. Just 18 ticks of the clock left, and it will be pandemonium here at the Glen Civic Center. Two Hurricane teams had previously got as far as the Long Island Championship game in '93 and '94. Both times the Hurricanes were defeated. Dale Menendez getting a bear hug. Make that Bronson Martin getting a bear hug on the sideline from Coach Rich Race. Well, we said at the beginning, would one team or the other be able to impose its will on the other team, or would it be a close game? And the way it's turned out, it's been the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes imposing their will on the previously undefeated West Hill Warriors. Final seconds, winding down, and that will do it. The Westhampton Beach Hurricanes capping an unbeaten season, 26-0, by winning their first ever New York State Class B championship. Players all over themselves on the court. Strike up the band. Play a happy tune. The Westhampton Beach Hurricanes, New York State Class B champs. Final score, Westhampton Beach 56, West Hill 36. And now for some post-game activity. I'm along the Westhampton Beach sideline talking to some of the players. Jason Ritchie, how does it feel, New York State Class B champs?
Great. Unbelievable.
I tell you, it's been a long season. Your team put a lot of hard work into it. You never know where it's going to end, but this has to be so very sweet.
It's awesome. We just came out and played. Came up with a big victory.
Tremendous victory for the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes. Trying to get some of the players. Mike Ford, one of the team seniors. Has to be a big thrill for you, Mike. Camera's right over here. Winning a New York State Class B championship as a senior has to be terrific.
It feels the best. We never thought, I don't know, everybody suspected West Hill to win it because they were ranked #1 all year in the Class B. And we pulled it out as #2 team. We were talking about it in the locker room. Something that lives with me for the rest of my life. I love it.
Of course, a lot of the players, I mean, you have an older brother, went to Westhampton Beach. Tyrone, Jermaine had an older brother, Lamar, and also Dale Menendez, an older brother, Ralph. None of them got to experience this. I'm sure they're going to savor this as much as you guys will winning it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. We get to brag to our brothers now because they never won this, so we got bragging rights, so it feels good.
Well, congratulations, Mike. We know you're going to have to go out here in the court in a moment. Working my way along the Hurricane sideline. Some of the West Hill players getting some awards out on the court right now. Got Dwayne Sanders here. Dwayne, what a victory for the Hurricanes. I'll tell you, a long season, a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it's great. it's great to see all the hard work that we've done and see how it pays off. You know, our coach is harder than us all year, but it really pays off in the long run.
Were you at all concerned about the height of West Hill? Certainly had a lot of overall height. You guys seem to be undaunted inside.
Yeah, we were concerned a little bit, but we figured if we played our game and we ran our defense correctly, that we should be able to dominate them. And this is what happened tonight. We were able to win.
You were a big factor inside, blocking shots and matching up against Scott Ungerer, the 6'7" player inside. So you certainly comported yourself tremendously.
Yeah, each player on our team has his own role, and my role was to score points, block shots, and rebound. And, you know, I wanted to fulfill my role and help us win, help us get a victory.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Tremendous win again for the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes. Jeremy Ligon, just a sophomore. How's it feel to be New York State Class B champion?
It feels wonderful. It feels great.
Step out here a moment, Jeremy. I'll tell you, you know, not many players get to experience this. You're just a sophomore now. I mean, it's hard to express probably how you feel.
Well, it's an honor just to be on this team, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody played with determination and a lot of heart. We had to come out with fire, so that's what we did.
Well, congratulations. Now the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes are going to get some post-game awards. Out on the court, Dale Menendez, the first out. We'll get some words, we hope, with Dale Menendez, Jermaine Holman, and Hurricane coach Rich Race after this post-game ceremony is over. Hurricanes being introduced one by one. Out on the court, Jermaine Holman receiving his award. Jason Ritchie. Andrew Cruz. Even the reserve players put in the time, same as the starters. They're all part of the team. They may not get as much playing time, but they put forth just as much hard work and effort. Westhampton Beach never having won a state Class B title before, never having been to Glens Falls before for the state Final Four, come up here and show that they are the best team in New York State with a 56-36 victory over previously unbeaten West Hill. Rich Race holding the New York State Class B plaque aloft, showing it to the fans. It's the highest of highs when you win a state championship, as Bridgehampton has done 8 times before and did so this weekend themselves here at Glens Falls. The Westhampton Beach Hurricanes are now experiencing that same feeling for the first time. I'm going to work my way in here, get a hold of a couple of other players if I can. We're going to have some all-star player announcements as well, which I'm sure Jermaine Holman and Jason Ritchie will be, I should say Dale Menendez certainly will be among them, perhaps Jason Ritchie as well. Jermaine. Well, Jermaine, I'll tell you, it's been a long time coming for Westhampton Beach. Here you are, New York State Class B champions. How's it feel?
It feels wonderful. Nothing you can explain how it feels, man. Not words. There's no words that can explain it. It feels wonderful.
I know you're going to have to go out here in a moment, so we'll leave you for now and get back to you as soon as you're back from center court. Some Hurricanes receiving some all-star game honors as well. Jermaine Holman going out. Jason Ritchie prior to he. And I think I know who the other player might be. None other than Dale Menendez. tournament MVP as well, Dale Menendez. Quite a moment for all these players and fans, something they'll treasure and remember for years to come.
Right on the foul line. Line up right here.
Yo!
The cheering goes on, the celebration goes on here courtside, celebrating Westhampton Beach's first ever New York State Class B title. Now the, of course, traditional team picture being set up here, so we'll hang here a few more moments because we definitely want to talk to a couple more people. Dale Menendez, chosen tourney MVP. Jermaine Holman and Jason Ritchie also being chosen for the All-Star team here, along with 3 players from West Hill. A long, long season coming almost to a conclusion now for the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes, as they will play next week back here in Glens Falls in the Federation Tournament against St. Mary's, Catholic School League champ from Manhasset on Long Island. And now these players will get their team photo taken, and I'll work my way back in and talk further to Jermaine Holman and Dale Menendez and Coach Rich Race. A shutterbug's delight here, and we have about a dozen cameras taking pictures of the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes. Okay, players breaking up from there. Let me work my way over to Jermaine Holman again if I can. So Jermaine, I tell you, winning the state championship, it's got to be something special.
It's definitely something special, something you always dream about. Finally, your dream comes true, and it feels wonderful. I'm telling you, it feels great.
Let's go over this way because they want us off the court, I know, so we're not blocked away too much by anybody. Well, you put in a lot of hard work with your teammates through the year, and to have it culminate like this is something else.
Yeah, I mean, all the work's finally paid off. Since working back since in the 8th grade, and the system and everything we have following, good coaching and experience paid off finally. And it's good to bring it home back to the community.
Well, we know you have a lot of celebrating to do with this victory, so we'll let you go into the locker room. Thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Yo!
I got Rich Ray Sr. here right behind me. We have to get a word from you, of course, watching this game. A little nerve-wracking maybe, or no doubt about it?
Well, I thought they were a better team than what it turned out to be. They were held down to below 40 points. And I think that's the first time this season they've really held the team down so tight. It was beautiful to watch and an amazing win for them.
Tremendous. Well, both had high-powered offenses and defenses, no matter who was going to match up better against who, I guess. So thanks a lot, Mr. Ace.
Okay.
All right, we're going to get a word here with Dale Menendez in a moment after he finishes an interview he's doing. And while it doesn't look like we may get Rich Race, the coach, we at least had Rich Race Sr. on, so that was good. And I want to hold one more moment here and get Dale Menendez before we go. We would be remiss if we did not talk to the MVP of this tournament. Yeah, one quick, yeah, right over here, please. One quick word with you. Gonna get Dale Menendez, I know, being besieged by people. Congratulations, stuff. Camera's right over here, Dale. We can stay right here. Got to be something for your team to have achieved so much this year. You know, starting the season after last year's disappointing conclusion to it and using it, I'm sure, for some inspiration. Hard to describe, but try and do that.
It's great. It's the best feeling. That was the best feeling of my life. And for my team, too, being with my teammates. And that's what we worked hard for. And we just did good in our defense, and it made offense. We did good.
This was the kind of game where you had two teams coming in unbeaten, ranked number 1 and 2 in the state. Certainly a classic matchup, and your team came out defensively and did much what you did throughout the season with causing turnovers, getting some transition baskets. Your play along your teammates, excellent.
Yeah, it was, Coach Race said we could win it the whole time. He never doubted us, and we never doubted each other as a team. And we just came out and did the regular thing that we always do. And it worked out.
Well, 4 seniors on this squad, yourself included, Jermaine Holman, Mike Ford, Jason Ritchie, so I'm sure you definitely wanted to get it. Obviously, there's no tomorrow for you. This was it for you, your last year in high school.
Yeah, we wanted to win so we could go on another vacation next week. And yeah, it was our last thing if we lost, and we didn't want to lose. We just want to keep going. Eventually we're going to stop, but we just want to keep winning.
Well, we said it was a matter of which team could impose its will on the other, and it turned out your Hurricane team able to impose your will on West Hill and come away.
Yeah, we just had to, we came in as underdog, and we just had to do what we had to do. And they got down, and their confidence went way down, but our confidence went up, and that helped a lot.
All right, well, thank you very much. Congratulations, tournament MVP. I'm sure an award you're very proud of, and we'll maybe see you back here again soon next week. We don't know, but you'll be back here next week at Glens Falls again. Still more basketball, but congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Dale Menendez, tourney MVP here at Glens Falls. We're going to take a short break and be back to wrap this up in just a moment. Back one last time from the Glens Falls Civic Center to wrap up this 56-36 Westhampton Beach Hurricane victory over the previously undefeated West Hill Warriors. Westhampton Beach improving their record to 26-0, but more importantly, winning their first overall New York State Class B title. How about that? So we have 2 state champions from the East End in Bridgehampton and Westhampton Beach. As far as this game goes, Westhampton Beach came out early and let West Hill know that this would not be an easy game for them. Hurricanes led 15-9 after the first quarter. They had a 25-18 edge at halftime, and as always been the case during the season, the Hurricane defense came to the fore throughout the game, causing enough problems for West Hill. They were not getting good looks at the basket. They were turning the ball over and having problems getting the kind of shots that they've been used to getting all through the season. And what can sometimes happen when you have 2 good teams playing each other, teams that are used to having their way with the other team, when they're not getting their way and they're not used to it, they lose their confidence. As you heard Dale Menendez mention in our post-game interview with him, he thought that happened with West Hill, that when the Hurricanes got up on them, took away some of the things they do well, they weren't having an easy time of it. Their confidence lagged a bit, and the Hurricanes were further able to take advantage of that by expanding their lead. And it was certainly a terrific, terrific game for the Hurricanes. As far as scoring, Dale Menendez led the way for Westhampton Beach, 19 points, going 6 of 8 from the field, had 5 rebounds as well. Jermaine Holman had 12 points, 5 of 10 from the field, had 8 rebounds, a team high. Dwayne Sanders had 10 points along with 6 rebounds, made all 3 of his field goal attempts, and also 4 of 6 from the foul line. Menendez went 6 of 10 from the foul line, I should add. Jason Ritchie with 9 points, 2 rebounds. Jeremy Ligon, Bronson Martin, and Mike Ford, 2 points apiece. Now, Bronson Martin, who averages 16 points a game for the Hurricanes, did not have a high-scoring game this year, but that's been the beauty of this Hurricane team throughout the season. They're not dependent solely on one player to do all the scoring. And in this case, Martin did not have a particularly good offensive game, but other things off the ball that helped the team out, and that's what a good teamwork is all about. Hurricanes totaling 56 points. They shot 13 of 21 from the foul line. As far as the West Hill Warriors, go. Scott Ungerer, their leading scorer, with 10 points. He had 9 rebounds. Ryan Vossatag with 9 points, 13 rebounds. Also scoring for the Warriors, Scott Addison had 7 points. Chuck Cassidy with 5 points. Brian Gem with 4 points. And Jordan Wisemore with 1 point for their total of 36. I would dare say the lowest point total that West Hill has had this season, probably last season as well. They were unbeaten last season as well on their way to the New York State Class B title last year and came in as defending champs. But as has been the case all season with the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes, whether they've been playing tornadoes, cyclones, Mustangs, whatever you throw in front of them, the Westhampton Hurricanes have always been able to emerge on top. So that will about do it here from the Glens Falls Civic Center. As far as players of the game, we'll go once again with the whole Westhampton Beach team, as they have proved that certainly teamwork is the most important component to a championship team. For the West Hill Warriors, we'll go with Ryan Vostag for their side. And before we go, we'd like to thank Doug and Bill, who do the stats here at the Glens Falls Civic Center, for handing some stats to me. That certainly helped me out. They do stats for all the games here. I'd like to thank the folks here at the Glens Falls Civic Center for all their work and support in getting us situated. Of course, we'd like to thank the Westhampton Rotary Club for their generous sponsorship of this game and other playoff games that we have done this season. They'll also be sponsoring the Wings Over Long Island Air Show at Gabreski Airport in Westhampton on June 6th and 7th. Tickets for that can be purchased from any Rotarian. So again, our thanks to the Westhampton Rotary Club for their sponsorship. And now we'll do it here. I want to thank Paul Sparrow, our director videographer. It's been another fun time for us here up in Glens Falls. It's been a long time since the East End has had 2 teams up here in the state playoffs. I think since the first couple of years of the tournament when it was held in Rochester, where you had Bridgehampton and Pearson bring back class titles, and Manitowoc also competing, though not winning. 3 teams that first year in 78. In 79, Bridgehampton won again. Manitowoc also returned, did not win. So this is the first time since 78 that 2 East End teams have brought back New York State championships. So our congratulations to both the Westhampton Beach Hurricanes, New York State Class B champs, and the Bridgehampton Killer Bees, New York State Class D champs for the 8th time. That'll do it. Speaking for Paul Sparrow, this is Ed Zabrowski. We thank you so very much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.
Hi folks, welcome back to Enable Vision Network. I'm Kathy McWilliams, your host. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, Enable Vision Network is produced by the Long Island Developmental Disabilities Services Office, and that's a branch of the New York State Office of Mental Retardation and Developmental Disabilities. As always, we at Enable Vision Network welcome your ideas, suggestions, and comments. And you can send them to us at our address. That's the Long Island Developmental Disabilities Services Office, or the Long Island DDSO. And we're located at 45 Mall Drive in Comac, Long Island. Our zip code is 11725. If you'd like to give us a buzz and speak with us personally, you can call us at 516-493-1747 or 516-493-1753. Now, don't worry if you didn't get that, because at the end of our programs, when the credit rolls, you'll be able to see that in writing and take it down then. So if you have some time now, go run and get a pencil and a piece of paper, and again, at the end, at the credits, you'll see the address in writing. As always, again, we welcome your ideas, your program suggestions, and your comments, and we'd like to thank you for supporting us and giving us a buzz from time to tell us that you like what we're doing and to give us some suggestions as to what you'd like to see. We are here for you and the disability community of Long Island. Now, you'll notice this month we have a little bit of a different set, and you'll notice my interpreter, Jenny Sardone, is seated to my left as opposed to being at my knee. Well, it's because we have a very special program for you today, and Jenny is not only acting as our interpreter for this show, but she's also the feature of this program. She and her group, the Flashing Fingers, will be spoken about today in this program. So that's why Jenny is here. Later on, you'll see her back at my knee when we get some of the members of the Flashing Fingers in here in their interviews. So it's my pleasure and my honor to bring to the Long Island community the program on the Flashing Fingers. And I've said that a number of times, and you're probably wondering, what is the Flashing Fingers? Well, they're a sign language group that originates from the Middle Country Public Library in Center Reach, and they do programs and shows throughout the Long Island community where they sing and sign. And I'm going to talk with Jenny now to basically get to know her and introduce her to the Long Island audience, and then we'll talk about the Flashing Fingers and how they got started. A little bit later in the program, you'll see some of the rehearsal that we recently had an opportunity to attend. The members of the Flashing Fingers, they're putting together a show which will be presented in May at the Cultural Center in Selden. So thank you, Jenny, for coming up here as opposed to being down there. And Jenny's not only going to speak with me, but she's also going to interpret for both of us so that all of our viewers could appreciate what we have to tell you in this program. Thanks, Jenny.
Oh, you're welcome.
Jenny, I'd like to start by first having the audience get to know you and to really learn about how it is that you got involved with sign language and how you evolved to become the interpreter that you are. Then we'll go to talking about the group and the many things that you do. As you know, Jenny interprets our program. That's just a drop in the bucket of what she does for the deaf and hearing impaired community of Long Island as an interpreter. So why don't we get started, Jenny? How is it that you got started with sign language? I know that you started as a young child. Is that correct?
Yes, I always enjoyed seeing people sign, and when I finished high school, I went to Cleary School for the Deaf, and I worked there as a teacher's aide, and I loved it. And I really enjoyed watching the sign language and working with the young children.
No,
it was a lot of fun.
Excuse me, sorry to break in there. Cleary School for the Deaf, that's a school here on Long Island. Could you tell us a little bit about Cleary School and the students that go there?
Yes. Cleary School is a school here on Long Island for the deaf, and it has several different children that go there. They have all different handicaps, and when I worked there, I worked with the deaf children, and it was a fun place. They had an enjoyable time. They learned, and all of the teachers learned sign language, and I loved it. It was fun being with the kids, and it was a good school, and it still is. And the people that work there are really very, very nice and friendly and involved with the deaf.
Okay, so that's where you got your training,
Yes,
where you began your training and learned sign language. From there, it's just blossomed, hasn't it?
Yes, just grew, and I went to different schools, and I love it.
Okay. So, how is it that you got started with the Flashing Fingers?
Well, one day, I was thinking that I would like to do a program at maybe one of the libraries, and I went to the Middle Country Library, and I asked the director there if she would like for me to teach a program in sign language for the young children. And she thought that it was a really good idea, and we tried it. And when we finished Sign Language 1, we continued with Sign Language 2 and 3. And then, when the children were finished, they wanted to continue. So we thought that maybe we would have a club. So we started a sign language club. We only had 7 children at the time, and that was about 17 years ago. And now we have the club, and we have about 140 children.
Wow.
And
Certainly
it
grown.
grew.
Okay, so
we have a lot
let's
of
talk about the classes that you offer, because I know that's ongoing at the library. You spoke about Sign Language 1, Sign Language 2, and Sign Language 3. Now, the Middle Country Library caters to what communities?
Pretty much the people that come to that library live in Center Reach and Selden and some from Coram. It's those areas.
Okay, so all those neighborhoods come together. I know the library is very children-friendly. I was so impressed when I went there the other night to view one of your rehearsals that any child that entered into that library had a number of things to choose from, to go and to learn and to interact, whether it be with the community or the computer room or the playroom or the books. The section alone is probably one of the largest I have ever seen.
Yes.
And I was so impressed with that. But when you teach the classes, how do you start with these children? Is it a progression of levels? And by the time they're done with Sign Language 1, 2, and 3, what do they know? How much do they know?
Most of the children, after Sign Language 1, 2, and 3, they know, a few hundred signs. They can communicate with other deaf children. We learn sign language with music, and the children put on little shows, and they have a good time. And we also make new friendships, and when they do meet a deaf child, they can communicate and feel comfortable with it.
Okay, I know for myself, my roots with sign language was with one of the public education programs that I do for the Long Island DDSO. And many of you know about the Kids on the Block. It's a national program where through the use of puppets you speak about disabilities, and it's an educational program as well as being an entertaining program. And one of my former partners and I were charged with learning to use a puppet who is a puppet who represented a deaf person, and it's a hand and glove puppet, and my job was to work the arms on this puppet and to actually do the sign language. And at the start, I didn't know any sign language, so I took many classes to just be able to handle that puppet and to be able to do the scripted material for it. It took me a long time to build the confidence to be able to present that to an audience of students, which is where we present these programs in schools throughout Long Island. I suspect that for children it might be a little bit easier. What do you think?
It's always easier for the children because they stand up and they practice and they're not afraid and they're having fun. And sometimes as adults, you're afraid to stand up in front of a lot of people and you think, oh, they're all watching me, and you get scared. But for the kids, they learn faster and they're not afraid, and they'll stand up and they'll do the signs, and they enjoy it. They enjoy it.
How do you think they feel after, say, learning the sign language and becoming a part of the group? I know that going through the 3 courses is preliminary to becoming a part of a club member.
The club, right.
Okay.
Right.
What have you seen happen in some of these kids that have gone through that route?
What's happened with some of the kids that started in sign language was that they continued and they learned more and more signs, and they wanted different things for the future. some of the children want to become teachers of the deaf and work with deaf children. Other people want to become nurses, and they feel confident because they have the sign language ability behind them, so they can use it. And it gives them an opportunity to do more things where they feel good about themselves. So if they do meet another deaf child when they're working, and they can communicate, and it gives them more opportunities for different jobs in the future.
Yeah, there's no doubt that knowing another language is very good for anyone in our country, as we have many different cultures here, and it really gives you an opportunity to communicate, to learn another culture. As with sign language, if I'm not mistaken, it is the third most popular language in our country. Is that correct? The fourth most used language. And I suspect that with the kids that learn it, do you find that they communicate to one another in sign a lot?
That they talk to each other in the classrooms, among themselves at schools, and at home, so they can tell secrets and nobody knows what they're saying.
What's some of the feedback that you get from some of the parents, Jenny?
The parents all support the program. They're happy to see their children learning another language, and some of the parents have even come to sign language classes to learn sign language because they want to know what their children are saying at home when they're talking.
That's wonderful. Now, I know your children are involved in the Flashing Fingers as well.
Yes.
Is that something that they did kind of like a natural thing because Mommy's doing it and they want to follow Mommy?
Well, they follow me because they come to work with me when they were small. And my daughter is only 7 and my son is 9, and they have practiced sign language and they have watched it over the years. Both of them are learning sign language and they enjoy it now. I don't know what will happen in the future because I wouldn't force anyone, but they really are having a good time with it now. We have a lot of practice time. The club meets once a week for 45 minutes.
Okay, but that's not the entire club, right?
Oh, no.
You have 140 members, and I know for your rehearsal, so that we can get some footage of you, you were kind enough to bring all those kids together. I have never seen such a huge and outrageous group of youth doing something so beautiful. And I was so impressed because I know you brought them together purposely for that, but they were like a cheerleading group. Every move was together on time. And again, the language of the hands to me is so beautiful. And the children really, really show that, I think, in a way that you can't appreciate unless you're there to see it, which you'll have an opportunity to see. As I mentioned before, the children will be giving presentations in May on the 5th and the 12th at the Cultural Center in Selden. Those programs begin at 7 p.m. Talk about the programs a little. I know that each of the groups kind of choose what they want to do. How do they come about selecting what it is that they want to do for a show?
For a show. Okay. What we do is we try to pick a theme, and this time we picked Disney songs and more because some of the children are graduating and they are seniors now, and they have been in the classes for about 10 years. Some more, some a little bit less. So they got to pick anything they wanted, and we try to have, sometimes we'll do a 50s show, or we will have all different kinds of songs, or songs that have all the songs must have the same word. For example, sun, and we would pick the songs that have all happy and sunny smiles and things like that. Yeah. But the kids really pick themselves. They're allowed to pick, as long as it's appropriate with the library, they can pick their songs.
Okay. Now, how long does it take to rehearse for a show, to actually pull it together?
We usually practice for about 4 or 5 months because we have 2 shows a year. We have one in the spring, and then we have one almost in the winter time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Jenny, let's talk about some of the kids. Have you had kids come into the group being really shy? Have you seen any kind of transformations of children? Well, I'm sure you have, since you've had members that started as little ones and are now upon graduation in high school. But let's talk about some of the changes that have come with progressing in the club and just kind of growing up with it.
I've had some children start in 2nd grade, and they're really young, and they're 7 years old, and they continue to study sign language. And some of them would come in, and they would be really shy and afraid. And then when they started to sign and practice, I saw them just blossom, and they had these beautiful smiles, and they made new friends, and we just practiced and practiced, and they stayed with it. Some of the children have stayed for 13 and 12 and 10 years, and they're happy, and they feel good about themselves. And some quiet children, have just changed. They changed, and they made new,
So I guess it does a lot for their self-esteem and for their confidence. Aside from being a really nice club to be a part of and to be proud of being a part of, that second language factor is also very important. Educationally, it probably helps them out in school as well, would you say?
Yes, yes, because we practice, I told them to practice their spelling words using sign language, so when they have to practice, they'll finger spell their signs and their words for school.
Oh, I wonder how that goes over with a spelling test in the classroom. Have you ever gotten any comments from some of the teachers?
No, I've gotten some good comments, but I tell the kids that, they practice at home their finger spelling, but they don't really do it in school. Yeah, I hope not. I don't know.
No, I know you interpret in many of the Long Island schools as well. Do you ever see any of the kids, and do they kind of sneak you a sign every now and then?
Yes. Right now, I work mostly for Station School, and I always see the kids, and they'll run up to me, and they'll say, "Oh, hi, I learned a new sign," and they'll show me, or they'll show me what they remember from what we did the day before or whenever we met, and it's fun. I love the kids, and I love and enjoy seeing them and working with them. It's the best job. It really is. I love it.
Yeah. Now, let's talk a little bit about sign language, because there are so many things that I find interesting about it. And I know that you lived across the country at one point in your life. And I know that there are signs that are regional to particular areas of the country. Much like when you go down south, you may hear a different tone of voice, like a southern drawl, or if you're up in Boston, the language sounds a little bit different. We're using the same words, but we sound a little bit different. That's true with sign language as well, isn't it?
Some of the signs will be a little bit the same. Some of them are different. Sign language is not universal, but if you meet a deaf person and you show them that you know sign language, their whole face lights up, and it's so nice that you can communicate with them.
Well, what I found to be good was that if all else fails, you could always finger spell, right? It might take you a long time, but like you said, a deaf or a hearing impaired individual is always so happy to communicate and help, and I think that's what I found encouraging. When I first got started with my puppet, Mandy, I had an occasion to have students in the audience who were deaf or hearing impaired who used sign language as their primary form of communication, and it kind of gave me my confidence when these children would come up to me and say, "That was wonderful, you're doing so good, but you know what? You did that sign a little bit differently than what I know, so why don't you try it this way next time?" And it kind of added to my menu of what I knew in signs. So my suggestion, and I don't know whether you would agree, would be to always try to communicate with a deaf person or a hearing impaired person. If you know sign language, to use it. The more you use it, the better you get. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Always try.
Okay.
You'll make yourself happy, and you'll see they would help you if you didn't know the sign. And you can always finger spell And last, you could write.
Right, yep, that's another
But
way.
always try.
Now, I know this year is going to be a little bit tough for you,
Mhm.
especially after this May's performance, because 3 of your seniors, maybe more, but 3 of the folks that we're going to see here, some of the senior members of Flashing Fingers, will be graduating. How do you feel about that, Jen?
I'm going to miss them, and I usually cry on the last night when we're signing our last songs together because I feel really close to them, and they grew up with me, and I've seen them grow up, and I know now it's time that they graduate and they go to school, but I will continue to keep in touch with them, and we call each other, but it's hard because you're together for a long time, and then they grow up and then they leave you. It's like whenever I parents, when their children go to school or whatever.
Now, I know that you have had some contact with some of the students that have left the group.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, and how are they doing? Are they still using their skills?
Yes. One girl, she was with me from 2nd grade through high school, and when she left, she went to school to become an interpreter, and she's working now at one of the hospitals, and she's becoming a nurse, and she tells me many times how her sign language has helped her with people that she met, and she's really happy that she learned sign language. And we have many, many stories like that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for this portion of the interview, Jenny. Later on, you're going to be back at my knee, so you folks are going to have to watch for Jenny back at my knee. But what we're going to do is we're going to see some of the rehearsal, some of the interviews that we did with some of the younger members of the group, and also we're going to be speaking with Mary McLaughlin, who is Jenny's co-director and an employee of the Middle Country Public Library. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.